Hello, today I'm going to tie a variation on the parachute Adams. I'm using a Hanak H 100 barbless hook in size 12. I find them very good, they're strong hooks and ideal for the dual. Again, I'll be using the pearl silk. Cast that onto the hook shank. Get rid of the big steel. Cast it up to around the hook point. For the tail I'm going to use coq de Leon again. It's a great tail fibre, plenty of movement in it. If you haven't got coq de Leon, a grizzle cape will do. I'm going to dress it up and just a couple of wooden loops to hold that together. Let's take off the excess and check I'm happy with the length. Yep. Take away the excess and I'm going to pinch the tail point and just come down another couple of turns. And as we did with the Mary nymph, I'm going to just come in behind the bend of the hook and splay out the tail feathers. Back up to just over 1/8 of an inch before the eye of the hook, and I'm going to now tie in the post. I like to use Aero silk. It's a great material. You can float the Bismarck with this actually, it's very good. I use 3 folds of Aero silk, and once I've got it in place I'm going to put it in where I left my thread. Now that's the beauty of using the pearl silk. It's very strong and you can get the material compacted down quite well. I'm just going to trim away the material that's lying along the hook bed, and if you've cut it properly you can turn this into quite a neat wedge so that it tapers down the body. And I'm going to pull the wing post up out the way now, and I'm going to build a little bit of thread to the eye side of the post. Now I can leave it like that, but what I like to do is wax the thread at this point, because it doesn't come pre-waxed, this stuff, and just get that lump off. I like to just build a seat. Oops. Where my wing's going to come round. Got to be quite delicate with this bit. Because I've added the wax, it is slightly easier. If you don't add the wax, you can be a long time trying to do that. Take it down to the bottom. Just make sure my post's right. Some people at this point would put a touch of varnish just on the post to keep it straight. I don't much bother with it. I find the wax will keep that standing up. For the body I'm going to use Australian opossum. It's a very light dubbing and it clings really well to the thread, giving you quite a thin body. There's so many different materials available now to fly tires. You've got a wealth of choice of dubbings, but I find the natural ones work great. I'm going to just taking my time to dub this so it's very tight onto the tying thread. I'm going to just ease it up now. Again, trying to get it as tight as I can. It is worth taking the time. You'll get a much neater finish. and winding it on and touching turns. Now I've got to the post, and as I get to the post I'm now going to tie in my wing. I'm using just a brown saddle cape. I've already stripped the end before tying it into my post. So I'll take one over this side, and you'll notice that I've still got a fair amount of dubbing on the hook, and I'm going to bring that to this side. Now before I do anything else, I'm just going to clean some of the wax away here, and I'm going to colour my thread. Again, I've used just a brown permanent marker, just so I don't have a white head when I'm finished. Now, if you're careful with this, you can get 2 or 3 plies out of it. I start with a good firm base at the bottom, then I quickly go to the top of my post, and I'm going to start working my way back down the post with the fly. This is a highly buoyant fly, and at the end of the day it is designed to support a nymph, to be fished in duo style, so it needs to be fairly tough. Now I've locked that in. You must keep tension on the thread. The amount of times I've lost the tension. Try and move as many as your hackle fibres out the way as you can, just to finish it off. Now if you've decided to use the tying silk, this will just snap away because it's extremely strong. The thread won't give way. At this point, if you use a whip finish tool, you would use your whip finish tool. I am going to use my fingers. Put one, two turns into there, and then I'm going to use the sharp bit just to trim that away. Now this post's obviously far too big. I know a lot of people they trim their posts right down. I like to be able to see the posts in the water, so I'm not going to trim it right down. Take it to this size. Any sort of little bits that are hanging, just trim them away, and there we have it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.